In this video, we're going to learn about the effects of obesity. We need to know about that obesity is a risk factor for cardiovascular disease and diabetes. We need to know what obesity is, and we need to know how it is measured and how it can be reduced. Obesity is characterised by excess body fat in relation to lean body tissue such as muscle. Obesity is a serious chronic disease that can impair health because it has a negative effect on many systems within your body. People who are overweight or obese have a much greater risk of developing serious conditions. Obesity is a major risk factor for cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. Body mass index, or BMI, is commonly used to measure obesity. The formula for calculating BMI is body mass in kilograms divided by the height in metres squared. A BMI greater than 30 is used to indicate obesity. A BMI greater than 25 would indicate being overweight, and between 18.5 and 24.9 for the BMI would be considered normal. BMI is very easy to calculate. You don't need a lot of complicated equipment. However, using BMI may result in people who are particularly muscular being classed as overweight or obese, even though they have a relatively low percentage body fat, but they have a large muscle mass. Examples of this include people who are bodybuilders, weightlifters, and other athletes who have got well-developed muscles. So, an athlete who is very muscular could have a BMI of 35, which would place him in the obese category. However, that doesn't take into account that a large proportion of his body mass is made up of muscle. Another individual with a BMI of 35 could be actually obese because they have a large percentage of body fat. Measuring body composition, rather than just looking at weight alone, can help to distinguish between people who are overweight due to excess body fat rather than just having a high proportion of muscle mass. You can see from the picture, right, that a kilo of fat takes up a much larger space than a kilo of muscle. We do need some fat. It's essential for good health. We need it for the formation of the phospholipids in our cell membranes. We need it for making the sex hormones. We need it for insulation and also for helping to protect our body organs. However, many people do have too much body fat. The ideal percentage of body fat is between 18 and 25% for women and 13 to 18% for men. Obesity is linked to high-fat diets and a decrease in physical activity. The energy intake in the diet should limit fats and free sugars because fats have a high calorific value per gram. Fats have got twice the amount of energy per gram as carbohydrates and proteins. Free sugars require no metabolic energy to be used up in their digestion. Exercise increases the amount of energy expended and preserves lean tissue or muscle. Any form of daily exercise will increase the amount of calories used, which will lead to weight loss and a lower percentage body fat. Exercise also increases muscle mass, which is more metabolically active than lean tissue than fat. Let's try that again. Exercise also has the effect of increasing muscle mass. Muscle is more metabolically active than fat. That means that muscle will use up more energy at rest than fat will. Exercise can also help to reduce risk factors for cardiovascular disease by keeping weight under control, minimising stress, reducing hypertension, and improving HDL blood lipid profiles.